Are you trying to figure out how to get things done? Are you trying to look for knowledge that can actually help you do something, be better at what you do? Hi, I'm Joyce Mbaya, founder of ZD, where we provide affordable online courses for Africa. This is the place for you, the ZD podcast, where we have inspiring conversations with amazing people. And the ultimate goal is to help you know more so you can do more.
Hello, Joyce.
Hi.
My name is Ringo Frederick from Mdarasa.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you. Ideally, giving you a background of Mdarasa. I know you've been in the business for a while.
Yes.
I know you've been in the business for a while. So I'll just give you a form of a background of what we do. Then you're going to share with me, because I know you have a lot of experience in relation to that.
Yes.
So ideally, Mdarasa, we have a phone application, actually on an e-learning platform where we have a phone application which is downloadable from Play Store. Also, we do have a web application. Our area of training as of now, basically we are into CPA, these are accounts studies. Also, we are into business studies majorly and skill courses like computer packages and talk of also training like how maybe to repair phones and all that.
Who's your target audience? Who's your customer? Just from what you've said, that's my first question.
Okay, our target customers, ideally, basically we are focusing on students, more so the youths, those who have cleared high school, and those who are into business, those who are doing CPA. That is basically accounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So I understand you've been in the business for a while. So maybe what triggered you to join the online, or rather online training? What really motivated you to join online training?
That's a good question. I come from a background where I've been in training for 10 years. So I started as classroom, right? I'm very passionate about empowerment. I get disturbed that I call it knowledge is not democratic. That it seems a privileged who have access to good information can make it in life while other people struggle. Yet this information is available out there. And I think technology can help us get that kind of, training, skills to more people, right? So my passion is training. I've been teaching. I have a book called Jibebe. So having been in the space, I eventually found that nice balance between my passion for training and tech. But my background is in computer science, so people don't know that. That I actually did tech, So eventually it made sense for me to merge my passion for technology and experience with this thing I love so much, which is empowering others, helping people gain the skills they need to succeed. So, and that's how I started ZD. It's just finding that balance between the two. And I would say maybe seeing the future, right? Because I've been doing training for a long time, there's a time when people would start to ask, can we get videos, can we get, do you have anything online? So I think there was like a trend coming where people were realizing that at some point we don't have to come in person for everything to get the services. Is there another way? And it made me start thinking about where the world is going and the fact that eventually we need to be able to provide things, all this on digital.
I really love that. Online is the future.
It is.
And also you said education is not democratic, right?
Right now it's not. But I think with tech, that's what we should be aiming to do.
Very true. And I really appreciate that. Now, also being in the same industry, I understand like coming up or getting tutors. That is in regard to providing this content. How do you go about it? Because I do understand that it's kind of a very cumbersome work to get the tutors, maybe to get the trainers to come and offer these services. So on your side, how do you handle such?
You need to realize first that you're a marketplace business. I think you know that.
Yeah.
And so you have two key people you need to satisfy, right? You have the suppliers of the educational content, those are the tutors, and then you have the students. So what that means is your strategy has to start by, one cannot grow without the other, right?
Very true.
And that's the first thing for me I had to learn. In fact, I read so many articles and books trying to see how do you achieve that balance. So you need to know how to, think of the tutor, the way I would do it is, ask yourself what's in it for them. The best way I sell anything, even in business, is it's not about you, it's about the other person.
It's about the client.
So sit down and do a thought, and we call it an empathy map. Put yourself in the shoe of that tutor. What are they going through now? Are they looking for money? Have they lost their job maybe because of COVID and schools closing? What is their life situation? Because when you understand that, you will frame your approach to them and your value to them from that perspective. That is one of the things that has helped me a lot. So I don't just say, I have a platform. People don't care. I have technology. They don't care, they don't know. You have to tell them, hey, you know what? you are struggling because you can't reach as many people as you want to reach. If you use this technology, this is how it's going to benefit you. This is how much you will make. If you use that approach, I think that's the beginning.
Yeah.
And then just listening to them, I think you'll find different types of tutors. So you need to know who your platform is for. Again, segment your customer. There are people who are not ready. You will be, as you know, you're smiling because I'm sure you've done it. You will be selling to them, and they'll appreciate.
Don't share the common form of dream that you have.
Or they don't. It doesn't click. Tech is not there for them. So who's the profile of tutor who can also appreciate the tech? Maybe they are young.
Yeah.
Maybe they are thinking differently. Like I think there's a new crop of, if it's teachers, if it's trainers.
Yeah,
maybe the old school guys are not the first people you want to approach.
Very
Start with those who already. You don't have to convince them that tech is the future. They'll kind of catch on a bit faster because it will save you time. Those could be 2 tips, but the most important thing is always empathy and putting yourself in the shoes of the person and asking, how do I position my product so that they can see the value for them?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so great. Now, bringing maybe just in addition to that, you brought in a very important concept. Now, I know the hardest part, we shouldn't say the hardest per se, but now when it comes to the payment, right?
Yeah.
Paying these tutors. I know that is kind of a challenge probably to those who don't share the dream. Now when it comes to the payment, how do you do it? Is it a one-off thing, or it's kind of you go into a form of partnership whereby you say on every content that we do have, this will be our share and this will be our share? Is it a one-off thing or is it a continuous thing? How do you go about that?
That's a really good question. And I don't even want to be an expert when I'm not. I would say we've experimented a lot. I think there's no one model which works. But I think ultimately the one tip I'll give you is, if you take the one-off payment, it's like, how do you ensure the tutor is vested in the success of the online training? The reason I say that is because, like for us, remember we are doing personal development. People are buying the trainer as much as they are buying the platform. If the trainer just records and disappears, we need that continuous relationship. So in our case, we know if we pay them and they go, it's twice as much work for us to be pushing someone's content than if they did it themselves. So we need them to play a role in the marketing. So we set up a structure which is a ratio. It's like our responsibilities. What do we want this person to do? What are we contributing? Based on that, we know how do we share the revenue. But I think revenue shares work. But again, who is the target? If it's somebody who needs cash now, those stories of revenue share, of money later, they won't understand. Also, it's like, who are you selling? I'll give you another example. Maybe you want to sell your content to schools. That's called a B2B model, right? If you're selling to schools, then paying a once-off makes sense. Why? Pay the tutor once. They are happy, you are happy, but then you continue to resell the content and you get your return on investment. So again, different models, different approaches depending on what you want to achieve. But for us, we use both. I'll tell you, don't even assume you have to have one. Because you learn as you go. So we apply both. If we have trainers who can see the vision and are willing to market and do the work, we do a revenue share.
Or you integrate them to do a revenue share.
We do a revenue share. And actually we pay monthly. That's another thing. Pay quickly, don't take long to pay people. So we are very transparent with them. They see all the students who signed up in a month, total sales, they get a receipt showing what is our share, what is their share. So they feel secure.
They feel secure.
Yeah, and their money comes first week of the month. We don't waste time. So those are the kind of things that work. But I'll tell you the truth, this one, there is no one size fits all. Experiment what works for your business. Again, talk to the tutors themselves and see what are they looking for.
What are they looking for? Okay, thank you for that. And probably maybe the last question, which I know, looking at the segment that you're operating also in Africa and also in Kenya, also another thing is the aspect of pricing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That one is also a form of, not a challenge per se, but market is very different, right? Now, when you're talking of how do you price probably your content? How do you price the course that you do offer via the online platform?
There's something which is very important. Have you done financial modeling for your business?
Yeah, I've done financial modeling.
That's good. Because it's just like any other business, I think. You need to make sure, first of all, you've covered your costs of product, cost of developing the product, cost of bringing your product to market. So it, again, even as experimentation. But also I'll tell you something, data is very important. We look at the behavior of people on our platform, for example. The best-selling courses are selling at 1,000 bob. Now, that is very mysterious. When we look at the numbers, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And there are courses for 100, by the way. There are courses for 400. That tells you something about the customer segment and the behavior.
Or the behavior.
So perceived value. If you price too cheap for educational material, I'll think, this quality is not good. That's what we've learned. If you price too high, you lose them. So it's a balance between the value you're giving and the perceived market value. What do people view the value of the content? Because again, that informs a lot. So don't be too cheap because they'll think it's not quality.
They'll be having form of doubt.
But don't be too high. So I'd say for individuals selling, like you're selling to students, even 1,000 bob, I don't know, maybe 500. It's a very tough thing.
Okay.
So can't answer in 2 minutes, but I hope it helps.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much, Joyce. I think I've really gained a lot, and more so in the environment that we're operating, even or rather taking a fact that we are dealing with students. I've really learned a lot, and thank you so much for sharing probably this journey. And we really hope that also the community, they'll have a different perception when it comes to online training.
I definitely appreciate that as well. I think to encourage you, you're doing the right thing at the right time. We say in a post-COVID world, everything is going digital, and we have to be here to provide a solution.
Wow.
So I'm still here for you if you need me.
Thank you so much. I think I'll always get in touch with you, at least also to learn some few tips or the other.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and let us so people will embrace technology.
Yes, thank you.
This week's episode has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like and share, comment, get involved, let us know what you think, what you want to learn next, and join us next time.